5:17 here.
Exactly.
Because they don't have replay to go back and look at.
No.
Goodness. So we've got another delay here as they work this one out. This game was going by very fast. We were probably going to be done by about 9:20, 9:30 with this game. And then I thought, man, me and Coach, we're going to start telling some stories because we can't send it to the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show until 10 o'clock. We don't got to worry about that anymore.
No, I was going to say, we were 9:59 and we still have 5.5 minutes to play. So,
and that's good.
Yeah,
because I don't like stalling. I like hearing stories. You could have told us a few, but I don't like having to stall.
Stretch, right? You got to stretch those things out.
Yeah. Yeah, Midway has to go to Coalfield next week.
Wow.
And they may be short.
They may be short. I know Rockwood has Sunbright next week, I think. So
for the All-Tiger Showdown.
They go to Sunbright. So
So here we go again. Let's watch this back on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
And just straight ahead, nice push up front. Davidson finds a gap. Gets into the secondary. He's a nice runner there, nice lean.
And I don't know why.
62 started.
I don't know why for Midway the player came in and pushed Hayden Hicks.
Yeah, right. Nailed him right in the back,
But
too.
that was J.R. Moore. And Moore also, the young man, threw a punch just there. He was fired up about something. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, he was fair. Uh-oh, now the white hat is talking to Coach O'Toole. He's kind of giving him the news.
You know, one thing that I want to mention while we have a second, we always, last year and the year before that and the year before that, we would do an interview in the first quarter with Mr. Tim Elrod of OAB Law. And he was at all of our games. And he's not been able to do that this year. And the reason why is because he had something took place that he had to apply for an interim judiceship. And he was elected and appointed, so he won't be able to join us this season. But rest assured, he's going to watch us.
He'll be back next year.
Say next year? He'll be back next year, Brad says. So
it's a 9-month.
Okay.
So he's on a 9-month point. So I look forward to having Mr. Elrod back. He's a big Anderson County fan, so I'd like to, get his take on what's going on with the Mavericks this year. They've had a really tough schedule, and it looks like they're going to fall to 0-3 on the year.
Now they're going to come over and talk with Coach Webb.
Yeah.
And if you'll notice, there are two officials there. One's doing the talking and the other's the witness to make sure everything that gets said is firmly adjudicated. Now, if you look to Coach Webb's right, you'll see Larry Davis, longtime coach here, longtime coach at Wartburg. He's interested to see what's going on, too.
Last season.
And Coach Webb just said, hey, guys, you ought to back up.
Yeah. The last couple of seasons, Coach Larry Davis has been up on the roof.
Yes.
And this year he's on the sidelines.
He's the defensive coordinator this year. Coach Allen, who's been a longtime defensive coordinator here, took a principal's job, I think, at Rockwood Middle. And so, administrator, you can't coach. And so, Larry Davis has stepped up into that role.
And so now it's Thomas Davis that we see up on the roof.
I did see him pass through. I sure did.
It is a final, by the way. Bearden defeats Anderson County 45-27. So Anderson County falls to 0-3.
That's been a while since that's ever happened.
Yeah. See, I was wondering how long it had been since they went 0-2. But turns out that was just the year before they went on to win a state championship.
Oh, okay.
Because they lost to Powell and Science Hill to start that year, too. But then they made it to the quarterfinals. Because that was still a really talented team. But now they're 0-3. So I'd have to look because I wonder how long it's been since they were 0-3.
Well, now we're going to confer again with the officials.
So Coach Webb, he got his verdict. Coach O'Toole got his verdict. Coach O'Toole talking to his players on the sideline. Coach Webb talking to his coaches.
You hate to see a well-played ball game end up with something like this. But sometime on Tuesday, Gene Manise will make a phone call to both of these schools, I do believe.
The officials talking. Got that beautiful looking moon over the officials from our vantage point. And
come on, guys. This ain't that hard. Make your call and let's go.
now, see, that right there is why they didn't like you.
Oh, is that what it was? Here we go.
Maybe.
Now we're getting another.
All right. Personal foul, midway, personal foul. Ejection, ejection. Personal foul, Rockwood.
So we had personal fouls, probably offset, but you had ejections, and then you had another personal foul that they enforced half the distance, maybe.
On midway.
On midway, yeah.
And then, I'm not sure. I guess. So now the official's trying to get Rockwood. This is such a big deal, though. Let's go back a little bit. Midway's got the ball in Rockwood territory. They're driving. They get Rockwood to jump off sides. They've got a 4th and 1. Then a delay of game makes it 4th and 6. And then you get an interception. And then on that interception, you get a personal foul penalty. Gives Rockwood free yards. And now Rockwood is in scoring position. So handoff and into the end zone. The ball's on the ground. They just now blew the whistle.
Wow.
This might be a touchback. No official has signaled a touchdown yet.
I'm not sure what I'm
now they're
looking
meeting
at.
again. The ball was on the ground.
Touchdown.
Finally, touchdown, Rockwood. And Josiah Roberts on the carry. And Rockwood has now made this a 2-score game. And Hayden McLean will step up to kick the extra point. Snap, set, kick on the way. It's good. The Tigers score after a lot has gone on in this 4th quarter. And now it's the Tigers leading it 21-6 over Midway on the OAB Law Game of the Week.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Back at Rockwood, 21-6 with 5:25 left to go in this game. And yes, this game kicked off at 7:30.
Midway is going to have to run a pretty good 2-minute offense here. Try to get the ball down the field. Conversely, Rockwood is going to have to play some pass coverage, because Midway can score quickly.
McLean on for this Davis Funeral Homes kickoff. Davis Funeral Homes, 2 locations, Wartburg and Harriman. The number's on your screen. Or go to davisfuneralhomes.com. McLean's kick is a swibber. Takes the bounce, and it is covered at the 35-yard line. And for Midway, that's Memphis Lewis. So that is where Midway will have the Hammers 1st and 10.
Now, you if you're Rockwood, they can score, but they need to you need to make it a 3.5, 4 minute kind of score.
Now Midway's taking a timeout here.
That's their last one.
And that is their last one. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, your small town appliance specialist with big box pricing and fully stocked warehouse.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of reliable pre-owned vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. Discover the savings in this 2017 Ford Focus SE local trade, 52,000 miles, $12,950. 2019 Subaru Forester Sport all-wheel drive, $29,935. 2019 Ford Ranger Lariat 4x4 Crew Cab, $34,950. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
All right, back at your OAB Law game of the week. So Midway, Coach, takes a timeout right there. Do they just not have the right personnel on the field?
Well, we don't know who was ejected. We think we may know, but we don't know. So I'm sure they're having to kind of make sure that all those spots are filled and all those spots are covered. And you don't want to go out there and mess this up, because you've probably got 1 or 2 chances now. The way the clock is, and you need to score on both of those opportunities, to get back into this thing. I think we're going to see the ball thrown a lot. We've got a different quarterback.
We do, and there's a fumble, and it's picked up, or no, it's blown dead. Wait, they said that was an incomplete pass.
That was a lateral.
Peyton Steele is now in a quarterback. So that will bring up 2nd and 10. We'll see the Chuck Fleischman replay, see what they saw.
Maybe it did go forward because he got turned.
Yeah.
As the end was hitting him.
Wow. 2nd and 10, still at quarterback. Handoff up the middle. Bounces off one tackler, bounces off another, and gets positive yardage.
Hard run.
And for Midway, that is Braden Buckner.
3rd down.
So I'm not sure if Reed was ejected or if he might have been injured on the play. But Midway does have a new quarterback. And you think about that, you think Midway, to get back into this ball game and to possibly win this ball game, you got to throw it.
Yeah.
Now you've got a backup quarterback.
Exactly.
Still under center. Handoff up the middle again. And that's Buckner again, gets up to the 40. That'll make it 4th and 5. Now you got to wonder what Midway's going to do here. You're not in a place where you would go for it, but at the same time, you have to.
Yeah.
Under 4 minutes in this game. 7 seconds on the play clock. Still under center. Sends a man in motion. Now Steele will roll to his right. And he will.
Looks like he got a first down.
He's right at the sticks.
He's right at it. Wow.
Let's see where they place it.
He gives them a first down.
All right, so that is going to be a Hammers 1st and 10. This would be very difficult to spot. Yeah, that was close.
The nose just touches the 45.
Yeah, they just barely gave it to him. So Hammers 1st and 10 for Midway. They do keep it rolling.
As my daddy used to say, an inch is as good as a mile. So.
Yep. Handoff goes to Buckner. Buckner gets up to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Clock continuing to run. 3:30 left to go now.
Midway definitely has become one-dimensional with a new quarterback.
This time Steele will keep it around the left side. Looks for running room. Does not find it. Stopped again at the line of scrimmage. And Rockwood's got to be feeling like they about got this one put away.
Yeah, they're you can, and it's their first win, right? It's
Yes.
their first win of the year. And so, they're feeling really good right now. But they just got to finish it. They just got to finish it.
Number 22, Jaden Sexton, 3rd and 10 for the Green Waves.
And just nowhere to go for Steele. 3rd and 10. Handoff Buckner. Buckner
Hard run.
still on his feet.
Hard run.
Picks up 4. So it'll be 4th and 6. But there is a flag. Came in right around where the tackle was. So if this is on Rockwood,
It'd be another first down. Potentially. Now the players for Rockwood are saying it's going the other way.
it's a block in the back. Certainly will.
See if we can see it on the replay right here.
That's a great run.
Ooh, right there.
Blatant.
And really didn't have a whole lot to do with the play.
No. That's a 15-yard penalty, and that makes it 3rd and 20.
Sweep.
Steele with Mason in front of him. And great tackle by Levi Ellison.
That was textbook right there. These teams always put together highlight reels, with their film after the end of the year. That's a highlight reel.
They're going to give him a yard. So just Chuck Fleisch from replay. That's how you do it.
Yeah, got his head across, big chest, drive through the tackle.
Now under 2 minutes. Clock stopped at 1:49. 4th and 19. Steele, handoff, Buckner. Buckner up the middle. And I think Midway's conceded this one. They just want to get out of here.
Yeah, I think they're just running the ball to get this thing over with.
So the clock will stop. with 1:44 left as Midway turns it over on downs.
They cannot stop the clock anymore. So
Hammers first and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line.
Victory formation.
So they should have to do this 2 more times, and then the game should be over.
And doing this victory formation under center is not nearly as damaging to the rushing stats of the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, last week it was out of shotgun.
Yeah.
They were losing 5 yards a pop.
Aiden Hicks snaps it with 2 on the play clock, and they'll have to do this just once more.
One more and we're done.
So, what are your takeaways from this one for both teams?
Rockwood handled their business. I thought they played extremely well. Halftime adjustments were very good. Midway's fought their way through this. You know, they've had some mistakes and some key penalties that really hurt them. But you know, they for the most part, they gave Rockwood all they wanted, especially first half. So, you know, no reason to hold hang your head over this one. You know, walk across the field, shake hands, and, you know, come back and get ready better next week.
Midway went 2-8 last season. They could have matched the win total with a win tonight, but you can tell Coach O'Toole has the green wave moving in the right direction.
In the right direction. Coaches are meeting in midfield. Teams are separated because of the altercation going on earlier, and that's not a bad move.
Yeah.
You hate to see that, but you don't want any more of that either.
Yeah. So the coaches shake hands, and it is a final. Rockwood gets its first win of the season. They are now 1-2 on the year. Midway, with its second loss in the season, they are now 1-2 on the season. 21-6, your final. So, folks, we got the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show coming your way with Jonathan Cox, David Queener. Call in, let them know where you were. Tell them a story about it. Boy, if you were at this game, you want to call in. There's certainly a lot you could talk about.
You can unpack a lot on this one. You sure can.
Yeah. So 11 first downs for Rockwood, just 5 for Midway. Not a lot of offense tonight, but for Rockwood, it was enough to win by 2 scores. So that about do it from Civitan Field. Just want to say thank you again to the City of Rockwood for sponsoring the game tonight, and make sure you make it out to Rockin' on the Ramp tomorrow. And that'll be taking place from 3 until dark. Fireworks, live music, vendors, the whole deal. Also, want to say a thank you to Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties for sponsoring our pregame all year long. And I guess at that, we've been here long enough. We got to send it back to Oak Ridge, to BBB TV Studios for the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard Show coming your way after this. For Brad Jones, Coach Dan Shoemaker, I'm Aaron Harvey. So long, folks.
Don't dig blind. Buried utilities are everywhere. Always contact 811 before you dig to have your utilities marked.
pre-planning it makes the process just so much easier for the family. It relieves them of having to make some difficult decisions at a bad time. I've made arrangements with hundreds of families that I have never had a family come in and say, gee, I wish Mom hadn't have done this. Pre-planning, I think, is probably one of the best things you can do for your family, just to alleviate those concerns.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And welcome to the Friday Night Scoreboard, the free medical clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Glad to be with you tonight. Interesting game here, Midway and Rockwood. Two county rivals going at it and got a little heated towards the end. Hope the player that got hurt, do not know who the young man was, but he got taken out now. Let's hope hope he's okay and everything goes good with him. So maybe we'll get somebody to call us later and give us a little update on that young man. But hey, Maryville goes down tonight too. Bradley Central.
Yep.
Bradley Central takes out Maryville. Now, I don't know what the score was. I'm sure it'll be up here in just a minute. We'll get to see it. But
Carter beats GP.
Carter beat GP tonight?
That's a huge upset.
I thought that everybody said GP could give Alcoa a run this year maybe. Don't know about that.
I thought that Carter game might be a game Fulton could win. That was one of the ones, Carter Seymour, that you might scratch a win out. But, man.
Kingston goes down tonight to Meigs County. As I told you before, Meigs County gets moved up to 3/8. They come up and take out Kingston tonight. I was trying to see. Did Campbell County play tonight?
Campbell County was playing TKA, and it was 7-6. So we'll need to get some scores. That game might still be going on.
That game might still be going on.
I think it was a 7:30 kickoff.
Is Hardin Valley 3-0 right now?
Hardin Valley's 3-0 due to good scheduling.
Well, it don't really matter who, as long as you beat the team on your schedule.
Knox Central goes to Ray County and wins a 14-6 ball game.
Yep. Sevier County gets Lenore City tonight. That's a future opponent for some teams down the road. I think you told me Halls beats Fulton. Alcoa plays some team out of New York that nobody knows about.
That's a waste of time for somebody.
That's a waste of time from the team from New York to come down.
Do they have to return that road trip next year?
I don't know. South Pitt just clobbers somebody 67. So.
Bradley Central only wins 21-13. So what that tells you is there's your Meigs County.
Yeah, Meigs County Kingston. Meigs over Kingston.
Yeah, it's not taking Boyd Buchanan alone to get good with Gary Rankin down there, has it?
Jeff County takes out Science Hill tonight. West takes out Farragut tonight. West just keeps trucking.
That's a good football game, I bet, West Farragut.
Yeah.
Well, Farragut's a little better than what everybody thought. Farragut, everybody's worried about Farragut having a quarterback. And
Sweetwater rolls it up tonight on Tellico Plains. I know Clinton won tonight. I just cannot tell you the score. The last time I heard the score was 45-0. 45-0, then that's the score.
Gibbs beats Carnes.
Gibbs beats Carnes.
That's big for Clinton fans because I think now you can beat Carnes because Gibbs got beat by Halls pretty good.
Elizabethan, they roll it up tonight, 65-14 over Granger. Greenback loses to Coalfield. That used to, and Greenville takes Cherokee tonight, 69-0.
Bearden beats Anderson County 45-27.
Wow. AC 0-3 right now.
Wow. I didn't think they'd give up 45 points. Man. So, I think Bearden's only scored 13 in their first one and They scored like 20-something combined points.
Don't get me to tell them one there because I'm not really for sure.
Union County.
Unicoi County. I thought that was Union
11
County.
to 6.
11 to 6.
DB beats Westridge. That's a beautiful school, by the way, brand new.
Westridge?
Yeah, it's the Sullivan Consolidation.
So 483-8112, give us a call. I know most of our teams are playing away tonight. We got a lot of teams on the road tonight. Oak Ridge plays at home last night, takes out Powell. An Oak Ridge team at in the first half, so-so. In the second half, pretty good.
That's a good Oak Ridge football team.
I mean, I thought it was a well-balanced football game last night for Oak Ridge, passing and running.
Quarterback's good. Running back's good, and they look like their defensive line's
man,
good.
they got a couple of Oak Ridge got a couple of receivers that can flat out catch a football. So future opponents for people down the road to be thinking about.
I thought going into the season this could be a year that Clinton could possibly beat them. I think right now I'd say the spread be 14 to 17 points.
Possibly. We'll see what happens with Clinton here in the next couple of weeks. See if this gets them a fire lit under them or not. I know they played a team tonight that's been down for a little bit. So we'll see after next week. I think we'll really know about Clinton after next week.
Who are they playing?
Campbell County.
I still think they'll be 2-2.
So, but I think if they put a bunch of points on the board next week and can hold Campbell County in pretty much check, then I think coming down that 3-game stretch that Clinton's got there with Powell, and I don't know the order here. It's Powell, Oak Ridge, and Harrison County. I don't know which way the order goes. If they can put something together there in that 3-game stretch, they need to turn it. Tonight it didn't really matter who they played tonight. They needed to win tonight. It didn't matter if they was playing me and you tonight. They need to win tonight, and they need to win big tonight. They didn't have a lot of they had some penalties, but I don't think as many as they've had in the past first 2 games anyway. So I think they made some changes over on the offensive side of the ball, moved some people around just a little bit. The running back for Clinton, I believe, is it Goins? Is that right? Did I say it right? Goins? And there's another kid they talked about a lot tonight on the radio.
I know Jay Graham's son transferred in. Is he not a running back?
He's not. I don't think he is. I think I heard him run. I think he returned a punt. Somebody returned a punt or a kickoff tonight, and I'm not for sure which one it was and who done it. But Clinton, I know Coach Keith's son had a pretty good night tonight.
He's good.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's really good.
He's really good.
He just needs some people to block for him. So, but we'll see next couple of weeks. I really don't even want to answer this because you know who this is probably going to be, don't you?
I can't see that. I'm getting so old I can't even see that caller ID.
It doesn't mean no good to even try to look. I can put my glasses
on. But I'll say this.
You'd really know this is probably going to be.
I'm sure. But one thing that I'll tell you before you answer that is I think Clinton's going to be 2-2, but I'm worried. It's like Clinton's for the last couple of years has got to this point where they're above average, but they're having a hard time taking the next step of beating a quality team.
Well, I think next week will be – I think Campbell County's going to be that quality opponent for them because I don't know that Clinton's beat Campbell County in the last 4 years.
It's been a minute.
Ain't it?
Yeah, the Price boys have owned them.
Quick caller, you're on the air.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm all right.
We're great. We've had fun in here before the show tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see that you have a co-host that at least is going to keep you on your toes and add a little character to the show.
You know who this is, don't you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Hey, listen. Somebody told me you passed out at the game tonight.
I did. I passed out money for some folks.
No. I don't mean that type of pass out. You fell out in the stands. You fell out in the stands because Coach Webb passed the ball tonight.
You always want to try to get something started.
He had to throw the ball tonight, so it really shocked you, didn't it?
That what?
He had to throw the ball tonight, so it shocked you, didn't it?
Well, it didn't shock me as much as I wanted to call you and tell you that that you're always on him about not throwing the football. and that's probably what won him the game tonight was throwing the football. So threw much more than he wanted to. But let me say, this is the first time that I've ever got to come home and actually watch Channel 12. I finally got my cable here, and so now I can come home and actually watch you. And I think I like it better the other way, though.
I like it better that you're not watching either. Maybe you'll lose your phone service down there, too, and you won't be able to call no more neither. That'd be even better.
You got your big tea. You're ready to go for tomorrow. So I think.
Yeah, well, I might have the tea
He's on the Heupel train. He's on the Heupel train.
Hey, I might have the tea on, but I don't know if Tennessee will win tomorrow or not. I'm taking the points. I'm taking the points myself.
What are the points?
27, 28.
That really doesn't surprise me at all. On my way home, I thought, Queener's going to say that Tennessee may lose tomorrow.
I didn't say that.
Let's talk high school just a minute. A shocker to me. Kingston goes down to Meigs County. That's a shocker. I thought Ray County would beat Central, and that was a shocker. And the one that really got me was over in Blount County, poor old Heritage and William Blount, two that probably this is one of the chances they had to win, and it's a 29-28 game.
Who won?
William Blount.
Okay. I thought you were going to say the Shockers Maryville got beat tonight by Bradley Central.
So, hey, here's another.
And you always talk about the Cofield and Greenback game. That game doesn't mean as much this year. Cofield goes over and shuts them out. And I tell you what, guys, there's not a lot of quality high school football teams around this year.
No. No.
Football right here in our region is down just a tick right now. Well, maybe not as much. Right up here, we got. There's a team or two up this way, maybe. Well,
I think Oak Ridge is the real deal. I watched them last night, and they look like a really good football team. That as the coaching staff becomes more familiar with their team, that's a team that a couple weeks down the road could really develop nicely into a good football team.
Ron, I'll tell you another score that surprises us. TKA was leading Campbell County 33-30 with 2:51 to go in the game, and Campbell County gets a game-winning touchdown with about 30 seconds to go in the game. And TKA, I don't think has won a game yet.
Wow.
No, I would have thought Campbell County would have had that one. So I agree with you. But that the Oak Ridge Powell game was a quality game last night.
Who would have ever thought that Halls would be 3-0, and teams like Anderson County and Fulton would be 0-3?
Well, you're right. I mean, that's how quickly things that things change. So I don't know. Have you had a Harriman score tonight?
No, and I'm not noticed one pop up there. 27-26, Oliver Springs over Harriman.
Wow. God, that's another one of those games tonight that the winner of that game picks up a win that are going to be scarce this year, and so that really puts that's another one that Harriman had a chance to win.
Yeah, they I don't know. Harriman's on some tough times right now. That's for sure. So
can Alcoa not get anybody to play them locally here now? They're having to truck them down from New York.
Oh, they're. I don't know why he scheduled that. I heard he give some reason on TV the other night for why he done that, but I don't know. He's got a tough one. Listen, he's got a tough one next week. Alcoa's got one next week.
Who?
Alcoa plays Greenville next week.
Okay. So they have to move up a couple of classifications. Boyd Buchanan, the coach there's 3-0 now. He moves from Alcoa and Rankin, moves out there, and he's 3-0 at Boyd Buchanan now. So he just keeps rolling.
Yeah, Cox mentioned that as he came in tonight, talking about it didn't take him long to get it turned around down there. So, just a good football coach can do good things. So, anyway, no, you're right, Ron. When you go back to the Greenback game and the Cofield game, it used to be a complete war. I mean, the winner of that usually got the upper hand, and the last couple of years, Greenback is not Greenback of the old, that's for sure. Cofield is still Cofield of the old, and they keep on rolling, but Greenbacks fell on hard times too.
Jonathan, we just thought Hardin Valley could score 51 points. That's more points than they probably scored all last year. I mean, that's a big win for them.
Big win, and I think, I've got a good friend over there that's a basketball coach, and, I think Coach Miner just really tried to change the culture, and then also, obviously, as well as I do, you got to, you can do all you want to change the culture, but you got to win some games, and with the schedule he started off with, was pretty favorable for him to win 3 or 4 games here early in the season, and they've taken advantage of that. But you're talking about a school that's very large, that's not been real good in the big sports outside of baseball. It's Hardin Valley.
Yeah. Guys, again, that score up there in Meigs County, shutting Kingston out. I would have thought after watching Kingston, it would have been hard to shut Kingston out, but Meigs County's done it tonight. So that's a big one for Meigs County. Coach Fitzgerald leaves Meigs County, and and moves again. So that's a big win for Meigs County.
Sure is. Meigs County's just got a good football program.
Well, guys, I appreciate it, and again, it's awful nice to be able to come home and tune you in. I'm looking forward to to when you start talking a little college football. I watched Florida last night. They're horrible.
Yes, they are. We're talking about 11:30 here. About 11:30. We'll
Call
get
us
on.
back. We want to hear your prediction for tomorrow's game.
Hey, are you going to the game? Any chance?
No.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about it, but now that you're saying that you got doubts about whether Tennessee can win or not,
I didn't say I had doubts about them winning tomorrow. I never said that. I said I'm taking the points. That's what I said.
I'll check back with you. Have a great evening, guys. Appreciate it.
See you, bud.
Hi, buddy.
Quick caller, you're on the air.
Who does Anderson County play next week?
Anderson County plays Fulton at Fulton. They'll get their first win of the season.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, Barry must be at somebody's house watching us because he's too tight to get cable down there where he lives. So he stopped and bothering somebody to watch us because he ain't got cable down there. Ain't no way.
We need to get him on the show one night.
Who, Barry?
Yeah.
He's too old. He can't drive up here late at night, and I ain't taking him home. So he can just stay down there in Rockwood where he's at.
Handing out money, he said.
No, he wasn't handing out no money.
Passed out money.
I got a call that he passed out because Coach Webb had to throw the ball tonight a little bit. And Coach Webb don't like to throw the ball. So that's what I was told anyway. So anyway, let's take a break. We'll be right back here in just a few minutes on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Anything shock you tonight, man?
That Carter GP really caught me off guard.
Does the West Farragut score
I was surprised it was a little. I didn't think it'd be that close.
Did you think West was going to win?
I did. I thought West would be a little bit. I'm surprised after hearing Alcoa dominated Bradley in a scrimmage. It kind of caught me off guard that they beat Maryville. But I mean, Boo Carter's probably, arguably, maybe the best running back, in Tennessee. Really, really good player. Tennessee's offered him. He's coming to Tennessee, committed to Tennessee. Plays at Bradley.
Plays at Bradley.
Played Chattanooga Christian last year.
Uh-huh.
Played basketball at Tyner, Brainerd, against Alcoa, and now is at Bradley playing football. So, 3 schools in 3 semesters.
Okay, how you do that?
And eligible at all of them.
Okay.
So.
I guess.
Yeah.
483-8112, give us a call. If you want to talk a little football, we'll talk a little college football about 11:30. We'll get into UT. UT kicks it off tomorrow. I don't know if you watched any of the Florida game last night. Man, just, wow. I made a comment to somebody today and said the Florida coach is not going to make it this year. And they said, yeah, they think he'll make it because he's got a top 5 recruiting class coming in next year. I don't know if he'll make it or not. Florida did not look good last night. I mean, I'm just telling you, they did not
They'll
look
find
good.
a way to look good in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Well, they better pick it up. That's all I got to say. We'll see what Tennessee does tomorrow. I mean, I'm interested to see, first of all, about Tennessee's offensive line and see what if the Mace kid plays or not, see what's actually going on. So we'll see. There's a lot of people hyping.
Why wouldn't Mace play?
Had surgery. Had some type of surgery in the last week or two. And they won't reveal what it is. Nobody's saying what, just the minor procedures, all they're saying. But he ain't practiced. Now, wait a minute. I shouldn't say that. He's not practiced. I don't know that he's not practiced. They've said he's not, but I physically don't know that myself. That's what they're reporting, and there's really not much information out on him.
As in Cooper Mays, the center.
That's Cooper Mays, the center, and they say that he's a must. So, I don't know what, maybe have a knee cleaned out. Maybe that's considered minor nowadays. I don't know. Maybe he's got some knee soreness, had to have some shots or something. They're just keeping him off of it, try to get him through the year. I don't know that neither, but he's a big piece tomorrow.
Oh, for sure, he's your center.
He's in my opinion anyway. And then I think the jury's out on the quarterback for Tennessee tomorrow. I mean, I don't care how far he can throw the ball. Can he throw it and somebody can catch it? Is he accurate enough to throw it and somebody catch it? But anyway, we'll get into that in a little bit. But anyway.
To that point, I think that is the key. I mean, how good's Joe Milton going to be? I mean, Hooker was really good. Hooker was a game away from probably winning the Heisman Trophy last year.
Doesn't get hurt, probably. Maybe.
Oh, I think if they win the South Carolina game, he wins your Heisman Trophy.
Probably does.
Yeah. 1 loss, Tennessee beats Alabama. I mean, proof's in the pudding. You beat Alabama and you're a good quarterback, there's a chance you're going to win a Heisman Trophy. Look at the past, 10 years.
Yeah, if you just look at the SEC in general right now, there's some question marks with a lot of the teams right now. Alabama about a quarterback. Nobody knows really what's going to happen there. Georgia just named somebody. Tennessee's, I don't know if the SEC is as bad as what people let's on it like it is. I don't know if the SEC's. I don't know. I think a lot of people's cut the ground on Tennessee. I mean, not Tennessee, just the SEC in general. I think it's a little closer than what everybody thinks. So it's sort of like high school football.
That's what I was going to say. I think high school football this year, if you look, I don't know outside, and I was thinking about this earlier today, coming back. I went and watched Furman play Tennessee Tech last night. Went and watched Marcellus play and Carson Jones and some of the local guys in that football game. But I was thinking about this today and talking about it. I don't know that I could name a handful of teams better this year than they were last year. If you think about that. Think about our viewing area. Think about from 1A to 6A. I just don't know that there's a team better than they were last year. I thought Oak Ridge might be somebody that I thought, hey, they're better than they were last year. You got, they're healthy. They struggled being healthy last year.
Oh, yeah, they had struggled big time being healthy last year.
They got, some good young players to go along with some, experienced older guys. But I just don't know of another team right now that I can figure out that I could say they are better than they were last year, which is very odd.
Well, I think everybody, and like I said, when everybody...
Austin East probably, but they've got a superior athlete playing this year.
Well, I think everybody thought Clinton was going to be better, and so far, question mark, big question mark.
Yeah.
Put a big question mark on it.
Yeah.
I think you answer that question mark in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, next 3 weeks.
Next 3 weeks answers that
question
mark.
I think you got Campbell County, and like you said, Campbell County's, they've owned them the last 4, 5, 6 years. Sitting right here, we thought for a couple of years now Clinton would beat them, and they haven't. But then you got Oak Ridge, Powell, and Anderson County. Powell, a team not as good as they were last year. Anderson County, loses a ton.
Well, just to go show you how important having a quarterback around for 3 or 4 years, a starter like Powell had in the Potts kid, and losing your quarterback, he's gone now. I mean, that just goes to show you how important. I know a quarterback's always important, but it just goes to show you how important a high school quarterback. If you got a high school quarterback coming back, I mean.
Halls is better, and you brought up the quarterback, made me think of that. They've got a better quarterback than they've had. He's a young kid, but he's really good. He's very athletic. That is a team. I don't want to disrespect Halls. Halls is much better than they were, and their quarterback play, though, as you were saying.
Well, let's take Fulton for example. Quarterback's gone.
I mean,
yeah, you can't replace. Not replace the quarterback, but replace his speed. You can't replace his speed.
I mean, arguably maybe the best. He's definitely the most electric football player that I've watched at Fulton High School. Is he better than Dennis Rogan or Kentel Williams? I can't say that. I couldn't say that they're better than him either. But, electric. He could punt it. He could play defense. He could intercept it. He could run it. He could throw it.
He could do it all.
But that's why he's returning punts, last night at Furman. Because he's electric.
Yeah. How did he do last night?
Good. He fumbled the ball once, but returned 3 or 4 punts. They've got a series of plays in for him, and they put him in. They got him the ball in a series of plays. One time they put him in, he ran a post. He was wide open, and the quarterback just didn't have time to get it to him. He's hard to guard in space. He looked like a couple of his runs looked like he was playing PlayStation again. I mean, it's just, But like he said when he walked off last night, and Tate, who's sitting over here, said, "How was that, Mar?" He goes, "Fast." That's the only thing he said, fast.
Fast.
And I laughed. I said, "Well, you'll figure fast out." But, yeah, it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
But, it's weird. Football around here right now, you look at the 3, like the Meigs County going to Kingston just kind of shocks you. 4A football, the division Anderson County's in, I don't know that those teams have been any worse than they've been.
Well, I don't know that Greenville has not flipped the switch and got back maybe to where they were at.
They're always, they're.
Them being, I think you're looking at a team that's maybe on track right now to go back and try to win another state championship maybe. I know that's a long ways off still. A lot of things can happen down the road, but we'll just have to see. I would think right now, if I was talking right now, the most surprised team right now for me would probably be Oak Ridge.
On how solid they look.
On how solid they look. Right today, right now, if I was just going to pick a team out right now, that's probably who I'd pick. I'd also have to say I'm not shocked at Cofield, but I'm amazed that Cofield just keeps on doing what they do.
Oh, yeah.
Year in and year out, a small school like that, I'm just sort of shocked at it. Coach who?
That's Coach Spradlin from Greenville.
From Greenville. Okay, you talk to him. Quick caller, you on the air.
Coach Spradlin.
Coach Spradlin, Jonathan Cox, how you doing?
Good, man. You?
I'm doing good. We obviously down here in this area, we follow Greenville pretty heavy because you're always in the thick of things when it matters. So take us through, before you talk about tonight's game, talk about last week's game. That's a big money game. That's always a big rival. Tell us what happened up there last week.
You know, we go up there, you know, we're playing a really talented Dobbins Bennett team. You know, like you said, anytime in East Tennessee, people want to see Seinfeld and Dobbins Bennett play, Greenville, Elizabethton, and they want to see Dobbins Bennett and Greenville play. So, you know, it's a big-time challenge for our football team. You know, we're playing a big-time school. But, you know, we go into it. We play really good in the first quarter. And I got a lot of guys getting my start. Emmanuel Dixon don't play any during the second quarter. We sent him to the locker room to try to, you know, he wasn't feeling good. So we went in there, got some fluids in him, relaxed a little, and we were going to say hopefully he can play the third quarter. They end up, we give a long screen up on a third down, and they end up converting a third down, and then they scored. We have a turnover, give them a short field. It's 14-7 at halftime. You know, I really challenged my football team at halftime. I need to see what kind of guts they're made of. And, you know, they respond to that challenge. We come out there, we stop them on defense, we take the football down, and we score. You know, my quarterback was sick that week. He didn't have his best game. So, you know, it was a huge challenge for my football team. We've got all momentum. We stopped them on fourth down. They're getting ready to punt to us. And here comes Coach Busk out on the field and said, we're going in a weather delay. Just happened to happen when we got all the momentum. And I played for Coach Busk at Tuscaloosa, so I aggravate him about that. But you know, we got my football team really played well in that second half, and that third quarter was really excited to see what we were going to do the rest of that game.
Coach, is that the first
right now
time?
that game's I guess it's going to be a no contest, depending on unless we can find some way to work it in our schedule. But, you know, the schedule that both teams play, it's hard to work that in. You know, you have to come in and play on a Monday after playing on a Friday. So we'll see where it goes from there. But, you know, we're on a no contest right now.
Is that the first time in your coaching career you've had a non-contest due to weather, or is that?
Well, no, we come in and we go in from halftime. We come out and, you know, they said we think there's lightning in the area. It's going to be here in about 10 or 15 minutes, I think. But we think we might can get it in time. And it was a TV game, so it was taking forever. But you know, we come out there and they come out and said it's going to be. So we go in the locker room and it lightning like you will not believe forever. Probably 2 hours of lightning. It was at 11:10. It was still lightning, and Coach Busk and the white hat comes across the field. They said, let's meet and talk, and, you know, said we're not going to come back tomorrow and try to play this game. You know, playing a physical game like that and try to do that back to back is just not good for either team. So we said we're going to try to. Me and Coach Christian talked after about an hour and a half lightning delay. We said, you know, we'll push this out, and it, you know, it was still, like I said, lightning at 11:10. So we wouldn't have pushed out for, you know, it wouldn't have started till at least after midnight. Non-conference team had been in there for 2.5 hours, so they said let's just push this out to a no contest right now.
So tell us about next week. Obviously, that's
the game everybody wants to see, baby.
That's right. You were excited about that when we talked over the summer. You said you got something big working, so I guess y'all pulled it off. Talk about that football game.
You know, we got to a situation. You know how scheduled it is, with especially myself and Alcoa. It's hard to find 10 football games every year. We got down. I think they had 8 games, and we had 9 games, and our open dates or our dates we had available weren't working out. You know, they tried to go back and forth and say, well, we're going to do this. And we, matter of fact, had went to, you know, on from each other and said, this is just not going to be able to work out. Then went a couple of weeks, neither one of us still had a game. And, you know, Coach Nick came back and he said, well, if I can move my, because, you know, this is Maryville week for them, which is always big time, as big as it gets.
Yeah.
And they said we can move our Maryville game to later in the year if we can play this one. So, I didn't have any other opportunities to play anybody that we could work out. So, we got this game together. Obviously going to be a huge challenge for my football team. When you talk about the best team in the state of Tennessee, you got to mention the Alco Tornadoes in that conversation without a doubt.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure to be rocking and rolling up there, and it'll be good. Coach, tonight, who played well for you?
We really played good on offense to start. I think Carson Quillen had another 3-touchdown night. He had 2 rushing, one from running back, one from quarterback. Then he caught a long touchdown pass. Corbin McCannon, I think they said he was 3 for 4 for, I think, like 125 yards or something like that, a couple touchdowns. Zayden Anderson caught the kid we talked about when we were down there at the 5-star Jamboree. He caught a big, long touchdown pass tonight, which is great to see from him. We played really good on defense. Big Nick Pillar gets a big-time interception their first drive and takes it to the house. We played really good as a team. We're really excited. Just how, we're playing our first region game. That's what our ultimate goal is. We're going to play big-time non-region games, we feel like, but we got to be able to come out there in those region games. And we want to be Region 1 for a chance just to set ourselves up the best role in the playoffs we can get. So, we really played hard and really played physical, which is excited. I challenge those guys. You can't be just physical. I think we've played a really tough role, like me and you talked about before. We played Daniel Boone, who I saw was up 35-0 against their biggest rival in David Crockett tonight at halftime. And then we played Sciencefield, then we played Oak Ridge, then we played Dobbins Bennett, Tennessee High. So we've had a tough road to get us kind of ready for, these region games. And I challenge those guys, just because it's a region game, can't be any drop-off. I still need the same physicality from you, and that's what we got tonight. And, and I'm going to challenge my guys this week. You're playing the best team in the state. Are you going to lay down, or are you going to keep on playing hard? And, I think I've got a football team that's going to come out there and give it all they got next week for sure.
Well, Coach, good luck. Hey, one more question. What week's Elizabethan week?
Week 11, man.
Week 11. Okay.
Yep.
All right, brother. Hey, good luck against Alcoa.
Week to week, try to get better.
Absolutely. I knew you knew when that was, though. I just was making sure.
Yes, sir.
Hey, have a good one, Coach. Good luck to you, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. Go Devils.
Yes, sir. See you, bud.
See you, man.
Hey, it sounds to me like you don't care who he plays, just wants to play good competition, man. Go and play hard football. That's what most football coaches really want anyway.
He's got cats that he don't have to run, but he don't run from anybody.
It sounds to me like, is that a TV game Thursday? Is that a Thursday night game, maybe?
I don't know.
I meant that. We should ask him.
I don't know that he plays Thursday night TV games. It might be.
I thought they said it might be a TV game Thursday night.
He's pretty big about Friday night football. Like he said, the DB game was a TV game, but it was a Friday night TV game.
Yeah.
So
was DB wonder who had him? Somebody up there?
I'm sure
or DB do TV themselves or possibly?
I don't know. I bet it was like a WBR, but up in the Johnson City, Tri-City area. Bristol's got some TV stations up there, but.
I'm a little shocked that our guy that usually calls us, our Oak Ridge caller, hadn't called tonight.
He's still on his way back from Scott. Is that Clinton, Scott County?
Yeah, he's went to Scott County tonight. That's the only reason he's not calling. He probably didn't go to the Oak Ridge game last night anyway, so he couldn't talk about it if he wanted to. So, anyway, 483-8112, give us a call if you would like to talk. A lot of teams are away tonight, just to be honest with you. Clinton's away, Anderson County's away. Oak Ridge played last night. Like I said, Oak Ridge looked really well last night. Man, Austin East still hasn't won a football game, Cox. That really shocks me.
No, that one tonight, with him playing as well as he did, his stats, just 217 yards running with 2 TDs, 173 yards passing with a TD. But his team gives up 55 points, and he loses 55-51.
If that score I just seen was right, wasn't Sequatchie County the team that won last week that hadn't won in like 2 years?
No, that was Sequoia.
That's Sequoia, okay.
Yeah, that was
I just seen that, and I couldn't remember which team it was last week that won and broke a streak there. So, Chucky Dope, man. Tough place to go play. It's up there in the boondocks. And it is in the boondocks, buddy. Let nobody kid you. Daniel Boone rolls over Crockett tonight. But now, you was talking about Hardin Valley earlier.
Yeah.
Is it the biggest school in Knox County or one of the biggest schools in Knox County? Is Farragut the biggest school in Knox County, or is Hardin Valley the biggest school in Knox County?
I want to say, the last time I heard the answer to this, I want to say that Hardin Valley was the biggest school. However, I've heard recently that Bearden's enrollment is up. And then Farragut's always going to be one of the largest schools.
So it's fair to say Hardin Valley is in the tops of some of the big schools, but you're right. You hear a lot about their baseball team, and in the past you have heard some about their football team. At one time, early on, they had a really good football team back in the early parts of theirs.
Did I hear that Hardin Valley's never made the playoff in football?
I don't think that's right.
You think they won some games early in their career?
I think they did early on.
Or maybe they've not made it like in the last 8 or 10 years or something like that.
Maybe they've not made it in the last 8 or 10 years, but I thought Hardin Valley went early on when I can't think right when they first started when Hardin Valley.
Maybe the first couple years.
Yeah, maybe something like it.
I heard somebody say something about that.
Are you shocked though that they've not been good in basketball or anything like that? I mean,
absolutely.
That big of a school.
2,000 boys to choose from.
Wow. Get this
you don't need 8 or 9.
Yeah, you don't need 8 or 9. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
All right, Queener, you baited me. What do you got to say for me? I'll play nice. What do you got for me?
I baited you?
How did Clinton play tonight? Did you go up there?
Did you go to the game?
Well, I don't think anyone had to go to that game to determine the outcome.
I thought you might go up there and see what all the hype was about.
Yeah, we just don't know if you found out what the hype was about.
Snoring.
Yeah, that's not what I think about Clinton.
He's snoring.
No. Yeah, snoring.
Don't sleep on him, right? Is that what you're saying? Don't sleep on him.
Huh?
Are you saying don't sleep on him?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. No, I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm watching you guys from Las Vegas. Didn't plan on calling you, watching from my phone, and you just keep mentioning me. I'm like, all right, I'll boost their ratings. I had a couple people text me to call. Bother you, give you some help.
You're not in Las Vegas. Stop.
I don't think any single person
I am in Vegas.
said his name to call us.
Nobody said your name. We never said nothing about you.
I'm in Vegas. I'm watching on my phone. Ask Brad Jones.
How you doing in Vegas?
Say again?
How are you doing in Vegas?
I'm good. I'm at the Westgate Hotel.
Are you?
Nice.
Raining out there?
Oh, man, it's pouring. It's terrible.
Yeah. I seen the news today so recent I knew that. That's why I asked the question. Yeah.
101 degrees, pouring rain. It's terrible.
Yeah. What are you doing in Las Vegas, if you don't mind me asking? So let me ask this quick. You didn't go to the game last night?
I did not go to I watched the game from my phone because I was on a plane going to Vegas.
Yeah.
I watched the game. Watched the game while I was waiting in Phoenix to get ready for Vegas, and by the time halftime hit, I got to Vegas and watched the rest of the game in the hotel.
Hey, caller, I've talked to Coach Ring about you.
He doesn't even know who I am.
And that's the problem. I mean, one of his biggest supporters, so to say, doesn't show up for practices, doesn't come to games.
But knows everything about Oak
Ridge. You need to go meet Coach Ring. He's a good guy.
I agree. Dude, Coach Ring's a winner. I got a better idea for you. Go talk to Coach Gaddis about me. Me and Coach Gaddis talk every week, like 3 times a week. So talk to Coach Gaddis about me. Me and Coach Gaddis, that's my boy.
I wonder if Coach Gaddis could line up a little lunch with me, you, him, Queener, and Coach Ring.
Let's do it.
Maybe one day over here at Dean's or something.
Let's do it. It'll be on me. Except for Queener. I'm not paying for Queener. He's a filthy dragon.
Well, I can tell you this much. If you're going to be there, I'm not coming. So you don't have to worry about paying for me.
Here's
I'll go if Coach Gaddis is going to be. I'll go if Coach Gaddis is going to be here. But if you're coming, I'm not going.
Hey, I'd be afraid of me too, Cleaner. I don't want you near me.
Yeah.
You're a filthy dragon.
Yeah, I'm a filthy dragon. You got that right. I am a dragon.
Hey, we were talking about Hardin Valley a minute ago.
Like Coach Gaddis says, never trust the dragon. I agree with him. Never trust the dragon.
I get along fine
Coach
with
Gaddis didn't say
He
that.
didn't say that.
I know Coach Gaddis better than you.
Well, you
Let's say
might.
that much.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
might.
know if that's true.
I don't think it is neither.
You used to ride the bus.
About me.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, Oak Ridge looked, man, you know, I was talking to David Clary about the game, and that was a question mark game for us. Like, that would answer a lot of questions. Yeah, we looked good against Jefferson County, but, like, they were kind of one-dimensional, whatever. But Powell, that was a good win and a little adversity. We were down, looked like we were about to go down 2 scores, but, man, I heard you guys mention the quarterbacks, mention the receivers, but there's one person no one knows about yet, maybe a few people, but Vashawn Knowles. Vashawn Knowles plays offense, plays defense, had a pick-6 against Jefferson County 2 weeks ago, had a pick yesterday when Powell was driving. Vashawn Knowles, he is a baller and he can play. So he's number 0. If you guys ever get a chance to watch Oak Ridge, watch for number 0 on offense and defense.
I seen him last night.
Huh?
I seen him last night.
Yeah, he is a hoss. He's a vocal leader. He is, I would dare say, the heart of the team. No one knows about him, but he's the heart of the team.
Hey, caller, who did you say gave your scout report? Said it's going to be a tough game?
Which one?
You said you talked to somebody. You said it's going to be a tough game. Powell.
David Clary.
Oh, what's he know
That's
about
going to be a
Powell?
tough game.
Know about Powell.
What's David Clary know
He
about
don't know nothing
Powell?
about Powell. He's worried about the Braves right now.
Yeah, he's too busy eating with the Braves management. Leave David alone.
Yeah. He's
With
with
who?
the Braves right now. He ain't even thought nothing about Oak Ridge, I bet. So.
Well,
call Coach Ray and get your scouting report. He's the one watching the film on the other team.
Coach Ring's a winner, and I heard you guys talking about how we're a better team than last year, and I agree. Because I'll say this much, we have better coaching. Because last year we turned the ball over a lot, and on top of that, we were like a penalty-rich team. So
Yeah, you're right
You're
about
healthy,
that.
though. You're more healthy.
Yeah, you're healthy. That's a healthy football team, too,
Yeah,
this
last year you didn't. Last year you stayed. Last year some of your key players were injured all year.
For weeks, and I'm not just talking a day or two. I'm talking for weeks and for games. It just seemed like it just went on and on and on.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely played a factor, but I just think that we just didn't have a cohesive unit and program, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, you're good.
But,
Hey, thanks for calling us from Vegas. Go to the Cosmopolitan tonight and have fun.
I think I'll do that. Cox, good luck to Fulton. I hope they turn it around. And are they just? I forgot to ask. I probably already asked this, but like, what's their deal? Do they just not have numbers?
About 39 kids dressed out. Basically, it's the same football team last year, but take Marcellus Jackson off of it.
Well.
That's all you got to say.
All right.
Hey, go to the
Well,
Cosmopolitan, go to the top of the escalator, go up there and get you a cheeseburger and a milkshake. If it's not good, bring me the receipt. I'll buy it.
Hey, lunch will be on me. Get us all hooked up together. Just don't bring Cleaner.
I'm not coming if you're
no
coming.
filthy dragons allowed.
All right, see. Las Vegas. He's in Las Vegas a bit more than I'm in Oak Ridge right now. Anyway, hey, let's take another break. We'll be right back. We'll be back here on a Friday night scoreboard.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Beautiful yards make a statement. And beautiful yards come from Simplicity Mowers. Their exclusive free-floating mower decks with full-width rollers track the contours of your yard for a perfect cut. So visit your neighborhood Simplicity dealer today and start the conversation about your lawn. Simplicity, the way to a beautiful lawn.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roan County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway. $1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. If you need a doc, folks, don't go without. Check out the Free Medical Clinic. They can take care of you for just about anything, and they're right here in the area in Anderson, Roan, and Morgan. Check them out. They're big sponsors here, and we appreciate them. They've been with us for a while now. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Hey guys, it's Jesse Smithy. How are y'all tonight?
Doing good, Jesse. How you doing, buddy?
I'm not too bad. Glad to be joining you again. We had a weird night last week. I'm sorry about that. It was just heat delays and TV delays and everything. So I'm glad to be back on with you guys this week.
We're glad you're with us, buddy. Any surprises tonight, Jesse, for you just right off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a surprise when Maryville loses, right? Even though they had a little bit of a atypical year last year and lost 3 times during the regular season. This was supposed to be a bounce-back year for them, but they've had some bad breaks go against them already early in the season. They lost their starting running back, who's committed to Air Force, 1,000-yard, 1,500-yard type tailback. He's going to be out for quite some time with a leg injury. And their best defensive player transferred to Arizona before the season began. So you take those 2 whammies against you, and you try to go down to Bradley Central, which had a lot of players arrive into its program in the offseason, including Tennessee commit Boo Carter, who had 140-some-odd yards receiving against Maryville tonight. And
receiving?
Was a lot, yeah, receiving. He's kind of an all-purpose back.
Okay.
And he had some rushing yards too, but he had made it more of an impact in the pass game tonight. And yeah, it's just that was a tough one. We knew it was going to be a tough one for Maryville to win, and they had a chance late, but threw an interception and pretty much sealed the game.
Jesse, was you shocked tonight with Meigs County and Kingston?
I didn't really know what to expect out of that one. I mean, Meigs County's always played good, solid football, but it lost its coach to another program. So we kind of are just watching and learning what we're going to get out of this Meigs County program this year. And I was shocked that it was I think it was, 12-0 final. I mean, Kingston really can always run the football well and effectively and grind out some touchdowns when need be. So that was a little bit of a surprise just in the final score. But Meigs County traditionally over the last 10 years or so have definitely been one of the better programs in East Tennessee.
All right, Jesse, Anderson County is 0-3. Halls is 3-0, and Hardin Valley's 3-0. How about that?
Just a normal year, right? Everything's normal. No, it's weird. But you look at Anderson County's schedule, and you can definitely see the difficulty there. And with Nick Moog being out injured, he was out there at Bearden tonight in a walking boot, and you kind of wonder what his availability is going to be. I know I heard some people saying they expect him back maybe next week, but when you have a high ankle sprain, I believe that's what he has, those things are worse than broken ankles. And I don't know how much he's going to be able to go, how effective he's going to be in the coming weeks. Waylon LaRue looked really good at times at running back, and I thought Anderson County played as well as it could have played against a 6A Bearden team that's absolutely loaded and got a lot of athletes on it. They held a 14-0 lead. They trimmed a big deficit down in the second half and kind of made it interesting for a few minutes. So I'm not ready to press the panic button on Anderson County yet, but they are very thin in some spots depth-wise, and if injuries keep mounting up, then you might want to press that button. But I think Anderson County is going to be all right.
With the region schedule they have and the teams in there this year, I think they'll be perfectly fine. I think they'll sweep the region.
Yeah, so it's okay if you don't go into a postseason undefeated. I mean, I've seen teams win state championships with 5-5 records, and I was telling somebody that tonight. Like, just because you go into a postseason with 3, maybe 4 losses, it's okay. I mean, if you take care of who you're supposed to take care of in your region slate, I mean, they're not facing Bearden in the postseason. They're not facing Science Hill in the postseason or Powell. So you learn from those games, you get better from those games, and then you try to compete against those in your classification. So people will probably count them out once November arrives just because their record won't look perfect. But we all know that Anderson County can win in the postseason. We saw them do it last year. And they definitely have a capable quarterback. Isaiah Hall looked magnificent at times tonight.
Carter, GP, and TKA Campbell County, those two kind of caught me off guard as I was getting to the show tonight.
Carter's win is inexplicable. You're talking about a Gatlinburg-Pittman program that, it's a classification below Carter, but It has an Illinois commitment at wide receiver. It has a Wake Forest commitment at wide receiver and linebacker. They have a 2,000-yard returning tailback, big guys up front, a senior quarterback, and they just flat out laid an egg. I don't know if they took Carter for granted or what, but that was just that was a head scratcher of a result for GP, and what a huge feather in the cap for Carter coach Justin Presley in that program. That's got to be one of his biggest wins. I know they beat Carnes last year when Carnes had Deshaun Bishop and whatnot, but that was a state-ranked GP team with a lot of talent on it, and they went down on the road and beat them by 20.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't. And they took that momentum. I mean, they have a freshman quarterback at Carter, and he threw for over 300 yards tonight. And that was going to be. That's going to be a defining game, I think, for GP. They're either going to get motivated by that, and that's going to be kind of the proverbial wake-up call, or who knows? I mean, it could tear them apart. We'll see how they respond.
Absolutely. So we talked to Coach Spradlin earlier tonight. Obviously, Greenville's rolling right now pretty good. Elizabethton's rolling pretty good, but I think the game of the week next week might be Alcoa Greenville. Is that safe to say that's one of the main games next week, or have you even looked into that?
Yeah, I mean, we looked into it. It's definitely the marquee game. That'll be a Thursday night game up in Greenville. And, well, you look at Alcoa's schedule so far this year. I mean, taking on the likes of Beers, and they played a team from New York tonight. They went on the road in week 1 and faced a 6A team in Ravenwood, and now they're going on the road to face a 4A power in Greenville. So Alcoa's gotten a lot of grief over the last few years for just winning 3A after 3A after 3A state championship, and people were like, well, y'all need to play somebody. Well, they're playing somebody, and they're doing just fine. So they'll go on the road. They've faced Greenville in the past, and Greenville's had some success, and Alcoa's had some success. So you're going to see a lot of similarities in the way that those two teams operate, really strong on defense, trying to run the football. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's a tightly contested game.
Yeah, absolutely. Jesse, did Alcoa beat Bradley Central in a scrimmage? I know we don't do much stock in scrimmage, but did I not hear someone say that Alcoa played Bradley Central pretty strong, or maybe beat up on them a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know what a final score was. We don't really get into final scores of scrimmages because it's not like those teams are scouting and breaking down film all that much and trying to formulate a game plan. But I do know that they did well against Bradley Central, and just talking with some people from Alcoa, they didn't know what Bradley Central would look like. They kind of looked kind of not together at times in that scrimmage from just talking with people that were there, but it looks like Bradley Central kind of got its act together. And look, when you got 5-star athletes like Boo Carter, maybe they don't give you 100% effort in a scrimmage. Those guys are going to ball out in the big games like Maryville, and that's what they did tonight. So it's hard to really glean anything from scrimmages sometimes. But when we have seen Bradley Central in preseason competitive situations, the 7-on-7s of the world and things like that, I mean, they've done just fine. So they got some dudes in there, some Division I guys, and they're taking advantage of it.
So, did I read this right? 55-51 Southall over Austin East, and Shane Cherry runs for a couple hundred, throws for a couple hundred, and just puts on a clinic?
Yeah, I mean, he did. He ran for over 200 yards tonight, I think, on 16 carries and a couple touchdowns, and threw for 160, 170 yards and a touchdown. But they did catch the L tonight. I think South Doyle's quarterback threw for 344. And we got a glimpse of what Austin East could be with Shane Cherry running the quarterback in that TV game against Carter, and it's just let that guy be an athlete, right? Yeah, you can call in a play, but when that ball is snapped and Shane Cherry just kind of takes a look around him, he's either going to scramble and make plays on the fly, throw the ball downfield, or just make the plays with his legs. And when you're that type of athlete, sometimes you don't always have to follow the X's and O's to a T. And I'm not saying he doesn't know the offense, but he hadn't been in that program very long, just a couple of weeks. So I got to feel like he's just kind of making things up on the fly out there, and that seems to make Austin East a little bit more competitive. They did lose that game tonight, but we hadn't seen them put up offense like that in a long, long time.
Jesse, the play is go make a play. That's the play.
It's just scramble drill. Let him roll out to the right. If there's room to run. He can kind of fake a run and maybe dump it off to somebody 10 or 15 yards down the field. And we've seen him make throws 25, 30, 40 yards down the field. So he's fun to watch. He's electrifying to watch. I hope, and I've said this before, hopefully the stands get filled out there at Austin East again. That place used to be electric, and it's kind of falling on hard times. Maybe Shane Cherry can get a few more butts in the seats out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So if we were talking surprise teams of wow, that they're surprised how good they are, wow, how surprised their start, who would those maybe two teams be? Who would be your wow, what a great start, and a little disappointed on how they started? If you could go that way real quick, then we'll let you go get to work.
Yeah, I would say the surprise teams are definitely a couple of y'all mentioned, Halls and Hardin Valley. I mean, both of those teams are 3-0. Hardin Valley 3-0 for the first time since 2013. Halls really, I think, shocked a lot of people when they outscored Campbell County, I think 31-0 in the second half of that Week 1 win, and they've just been really solid. I think they blanked Fulton tonight, really big on the lines and can run the football and place down defense under second-year coach Brent Hughes. So those two teams actually play each other next week. So one of them is going to take their first loss of the season. But those two have definitely been shocking. As far as teams that maybe have been a little disappointing, I didn't think Bearden would be 1-2, and they're still struggling a little bit in the pass game. They made some improvements tonight, but Anderson County had their hands on a couple of interceptions that they couldn't reel in. And but Bearden's run game, Bearden's defense is definitely going to keep them competitive. But there's still improvement there that can be made for Bearden going into 6A, and they better make it soon because that league schedule starts really soon.
I had a guy tell me tonight at the football game I was at, if Bearden had not thrown the ball one time in the first 2 games of the year, they feel like they would be at least 1-1. That was
probably a good chance of that.
That was, and he was being dead serious, and he's watched them play both games. And tonight he was at the game I was, and I started laughing. I said, "Come on, man!" He said, "I'm being serious. If they would have not thrown the ball one time in those 2 games, I feel like they'd be at least 1-1."
Hey Jesse, what about Oak Ridge?
Yeah, like them, preseason number 5 for us, and that probably raised a few eyebrows around the area. But I really liked Blaine Stansberry at quarterback, of course, Jarvis Dozier at running back, all the receivers that they have. Liked what I saw on defense in our scrimmages, preseason scrimmages, especially at the Jamboree for Oak Ridge. And Derek Rain's just one of those cerebral coaches that wins everywhere he goes. It just felt like all the ingredients for a really good recipe were there. And I like where Oak Ridge is going. They can still improve a little bit on things offensively, turning the football over here and there. But I think they're going to be a definite player in the 5A postseason for sure.
Good deal, Jess. Thanks, buddy.
Whoever runs that Jamboree gets some pretty good teams up there. You need to tell that guy good job.
That guy deserves a raise. We'll see what I can do for that guy.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, buddy, have a good night. Thanks for calling.
See you, Jesse.
Yes, sir. Talk to y'all next week.
We'll see you, man.
All right. Bye.
Look forward to talking to Jesse every Friday night. We just rapid fire to him, and he answers them back. So I don't know how he keeps up to everything. I don't know how he keeps up to everything.
Yeah,
but anyway, go ahead.
The Bearden response kind of surprised me a little bit. Simply because they opened up with 3 state champions.
Yeah, played 3. Yes.
And they're 1-2. But I did. That's in today's game. Was somebody saying that? That's a strong statement. And this guy knows football, and he's watched both games. He didn't watch tonight, but he said if they would have not passed the ball in either game, he feels like the worst they would be is 1-1.
Wow, that's pretty strong right there. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Well, can you talk some college football right now?
Yeah, let's go, buddy.
Well, let's start with Florida. We saw them play last night. Now they've got McNeese State before they play Tennessee on September the 16th. So they can get a lot of things straightened out against McNeese State, but then Tennessee rolls in. So then they play Charlotte, and then they're at Kentucky and Vanderbilt. So if they don't come out of that thing about 5-2 or so, he's in some serious trouble because they can't line up right now.
Hey, Ron, I made that same comment to some, and I don't remember who told me this today. I can't remember who I was talking to. They said they didn't think he would be in trouble because he's got a top 5 recruiting class coming in next year. It's going to be one of the best in the country. So I mean, I think he's hit. I think he loses to Tennessee, he's history.
Well, they could be the laughing stock of the conference. I mean, if they don't get any better, they say you're supposed to get the most improvement from the season from week 1 to week 2. I mean, they got a lot of stuff. Of course, even this McNeese State. But let's talk about Georgia a minute, guys. Here's the defending national champion, and they play UT Martin, Ball State, UAB, and who's their other one? And the other one's Georgia Tech. Now, they don't play, they play South Carolina on September the 16th. So their first 5 games are cakewalk. I mean, that's almost an embarrassing schedule for a back-to-back national champion.
Now, week 3, they play South Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, that's
that's it.
Then they're at Auburn the end of September, but there's no Alabama in there, and because then you look at Tennessee, a couple cakewalks, Virginia and Austin Peay, but then Florida, University of Texas, San Antonio. That's a pretty good football team. They're capable of coming in and pulling an upset. But then Texas. And guys, Texas A&M to me is the key. Is one of the key games for Tennessee because that's right before Alabama, and I think Texas A&M should be a much improved. If they're not much improved by the time they get to Tennessee, there's another coach that could be in trouble. Don't care what his buyout is.
Yeah, Texas A&M. The good thing about Texas A&M game, it's after a bye week, and
right.
I think your boy Heupel's pretty good when he's got a couple weeks to watch another defense.
Yeah.
I think that would be the saving grace there because, that's back-to-back home games with the bye week. South Carolina, Texas A&M. I told somebody a couple weeks ago, you need to win those 2 football games. I would expect Tennessee to win those 2 football games. But, you started your conversation off, and I'm going to ask both of y'all this. You think Tennessee's going to win in the Swamp?
Yeah, I would think they would just simply because I don't think Florida's defense can improve that much in 2 weeks against a high-powered offense. Now, guys, the thing that scares me, think about back to about 1993 when Peyton Manning was a freshman.
Oh God.
We opened up with UCLA, and our Oak Ridge quarterback goes down on the first play. And we've got a freshman coming in. Could we be seeing the same thing?
I hope our quarterback don't get hurt. But here's what I'm going to ask you. I know you're a young man. How many times have you watched Tennessee win in the Swamp?
Not many.
I mean,
I'll never go back to the Swamp because you have to fight your way out of there whether you win or lose.
I mean,
it probably didn't have nothing to do with anything you said during the game or anything.
Not a thing. I mean, they've thrown urine at us. They've thrown spit juice at us. I mean, guys, it's a horrible place to play football.
It's finally not open re-entry. Right? They finally stopped that. Before you just go to the bar between the first, second quarter and a halftime for 30 minutes and come back in.
Yeah.
Right.
I really think I'm sort of worried. I'm worried about Tennessee's quarterback. I really am.
I can see that.
Don't worry about the quarterback.
Hey, I'm worried about him. Okay, I'm worried about him. I'm worried about the offensive line. I'm worried about the offensive line tomorrow. If Cooper Mays, I don't know that he's going to be able to go.
Don't worry about Cooper Mays. Cooper Mays, he can play if they need him, but if they don't need him, they're not going to play him.
Now, how do you know that?
Cooper Mays is from Kingston, Tennessee, buddy.
I understand he's from Kingston, and people from Kingston don't talk to people from Rockwood, so that's out, okay?
You just wait and see. Cooper Mays is available if needed, but if they don't need him, they won't play him.
I thought Cooper Mays was from Catholic.
Well, he went to Catholic, but his dad still lives on Lonville Road down here in Kingston.
Well, his dad might still live on whatever road you just said, but he's from Kingston. They don't mess with people from Rockwood. They probably don't even talk to you.
He's married. If you'll remember, who's he married to? He's married to a Rockwood girl.
Yeah, I remember. I remember what you're saying. I'm with you. No, I listen. I think Tennessee. I'm with you. I think I'll feel a little bit more comfortable after tomorrow's game. But I really think. Listen, Ron, I agree with you, and I don't agree with you very often on nothing. But Florida looked bad last night. I mean, they really. If they beat Tennessee. I don't even want to say what I got on my mind.
So you think Florida might
No, you can't. I don't think you can say that because it's just what Jonathan was referencing.
I don't care. Florida's bad. That means Tennessee. I mean, if Florida,
you're a 7-point underdog when you go to the Swamp.
Yeah, you might be, but if Tennessee goes to Florida and loses, as bad as Florida is right now, that's a mark that you're not going to get away from. I don't think. I'm not. I mean,
all I
come
know
on.
Is when you go to the ball game at the Swamp, and that little 70-year-old cat comes out in his rah-rah shoes, and he starts leading the Gator Chomp, it's over. It's over. You're in a different world when you're at the Swamp.
I'm not going to be in a different world because I'm going to wear Florida gear down there. I think I just wear Florida stuff.
I've been twice.
He went as a mascot one time.
I went twice, and I mean, the first time, it was crazy. First time was Spurrier. Second time, when they lost Spurrier and I was there, Zook, it just wasn't the same personality and the same gang running around down there. But, man, they still got to go down there and win. That is just a tough place to win a football game.
So let's ask you this question.
I tell you, a winner in college football this year is Middle Tennessee. You know, they've got 2 SEC games. They're going to make their budget plus just off those 2 games.
Hey, let me go into this real quick. I was with a guy that has a son who coaches in the ACC yesterday and this morning. They've asked Stanford and SMU and someone else to enter the conference.
Cal?
Maybe Cal. Did you know that each SEC school makes 300% more than any ACC school makes on their TV contract?
Yeah, that's why Florida State wants out. You know, the
ACC TV contract is so bad they make 300% less per school than anybody in the SEC.
I thought Clemson, Florida State, and I can't remember. There was another school, Clemson, Florida State, and Duke, and North Carolina were against adding 3 more teams to the conference. So I thought.
Well, one other thing, the Pac-12 2 years ago was offered $32 million per team on a TV contract with ESPN, and they said nope, we want $50 million, and ESPN said, guys, you're not worth $50 million. They backed out of the whole deal, and now look what's happened to the Pac-12.
These TV contracts are what are driving. The money in the contracts are what are driving. And I was told today that there is as good a chance in the next 3 years that Clemson and Florida State will be playing Big Ten football as much
because of the contract.
Because of the contract, as much as they would be playing SEC football.
I would be worried if I was in SEC right now, depending on ESPN for anything. It's not. I don't think ESPN's very stable right now financially. I would be worried big time if I was one of those schools that I was depending on ESPN to generate my revenue. Maybe they know something we don't know, but if you just look from the outside looking in, ESPN don't look real. To me, and I've been saying this for weeks and months, me and Brad's been jabbing back and forth with it, and and then they lay all these people off, and I don't know, man. I'm worried about ESPN.
I think one thing, David, that you got to look at with ESPN, 10 years ago, they were playing any and every school. It didn't matter what division you were in. Now you look at ESPN games now, and they're the premier games every weekend. So they're not going to be playing any less that they used to they'd play replays. Remember when they'd play a replay 4 or 5 times a week?
Yep.
I remember that. They're over. They've got big time football now.
Well, they do have big time football, but I think they have big time financial troubles too. So we'll see. I mean, it's probably nothing to even be worried about, but it's a good talking point anyway. I mean, it's just good something to talk about. But I think there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems there. So.
But you need to find some solid stuff to talk about. See, all you talk about, see, is all these crazy things. I mean,
no, I'm talking solid right now. Well,
you're way out
hold on a
the
minute.
left, man.
What I need to do
back to the center.
What I need to do is talk to somebody that's solid on the other end instead of that's bouncing all over the place like you. Are you out in the garage? Are you out in the garage? Because your wife don't know that you're up right now. She knows. She thinks you should be in the bed.
I'm in Vegas.
You're in Vegas too. Yeah. Yeah, another boy's in Vegas too. So yeah.
And I'm hoping that Jonathan's not out here trying to buy somebody's breakfast on our ticket. Wait.
No. If he's buying breakfast for anybody on anybody's ticket, it won't be yours. It'd be mine. So don't worry about it. He ain't buying it on yours because you wouldn't pay for nobody. You wouldn't even buy me a daggone hot dog. I still have to
I'm gonna leave you with this thought. Don't you worry at all about Milton, and don't you worry about Tennessee. 11-2, baby. 11-2.
You 11-2. I'm saying 8-4 or 9-3.
He thinks they're going to lose to Alabama and Florida.
I don't doubt that a bit. But we're gonna roll, baby.
Who's there two? Alabama? You think Alabama and Georgia?
Alabama and Georgia?
I'm not sure. No, we'll win one of those games, and we'll lose one that we probably are not supposed to.
Texas A&M or South Carolina?
No.
I'm not sure, but I'm just saying.
Texas A&M or South Carolina?
Georgia or Alabama, but 9 we're gonna go 11-2 again.
No, you might just said it. 9-3 is what you're thinking. Your heart. Don't pick with your heart. Pick with your brain, as you tell me.
I had your voice. Backing it on my brain there.
I heard that, buddy. All right, glad you got to call us. Go to bed now. You need to go to bed.
Oh, I'm fired up now. I'm doing a little more research.
All right, do some more research. Now listen to me. You listen to me, all right? I'm looking right at you. Listen to me.
I'm looking at you too.
You know, listen to me. You know who used to say it. Listen to me.
Yeah. Point that finger there.
If whatever, you listen to me. All right. I got taught well around here, so but anyway. I'll talk to you, buddy.
Have a good week.
All right,
see you, Ron.
Take care of him, buddy.
Yes, sir.
He does, man. Keeps me in line. Hey, let's take another break. We'll be right back here on the Friday Night Scoreboard here in just a couple of minutes.
Excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roane State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And folks, as I said, if you need some medical attention, don't go without it. Go to fmcor.org and get you an appointment, and they'll take care of you. They're in Anderson and Morgan and Roane counties, and get you an appointment. Don't go without seeing the doctor. And they're good people and great sponsors, and we appreciate them sponsoring this show greatly. They've been sponsoring for a long time.
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years now. And we're really tickled that they're here with us, and they're good sponsors, and they even bring some food every now and then. That's even better. But we're talking a little college football here in our closing minutes. Tennessee opens up tomorrow. There's some really big games this weekend. If you want to, other than Tennessee, Virginia, I think a key game is LSU and Florida State. I think North Carolina and Duke are playing, and that's a hyped up. I watched a little ACC thing. It had North Carolina. They were profiling North Carolina in their camp, and Mike Brown, man, he's interesting. He's an interesting dude. Talking, on how he does about football, and I like his philosophy a little bit. But Tennessee, Virginia tomorrow, Cox. Are you worried about anything? Is Virginia? Is there a chance Virginia? I mean, I know there's a chance. There's always a chance anybody could win. Is there a chance for an upset tomorrow?
There's a lot of hype.
Okay, here we go. That hype
with Tennessee football this year. I mean, when's the last time people been this excited about a football team? There's been a lot of people hoping they had a chance to win 8 games.
Listen, if you're a diehard fan, you're this way every year, though.
Well,
okay.
Just realistically, the last several years, it's been kind of, well, can we win 7 games?
Yeah, I understand. Let's get this call. We'll come back and talk. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Man, me and that Kingston boy, I just saw him playing cards with me over here. So, me and him both having a good time in Vegas.
He's a Rockwood boy.
What Kingston boy you talking about? We've not talked to a Kingston boy.
Who just called? Said he was in Vegas.
No, he's a Rockwood boy, and he's not in Vegas.
Sounds like my type of dude, Vegas. And hey,
yeah.
Point the finger at you. You listen to me, all right, Cleaner?
I'm not listening,
talk about you not having faith in Joe Milton.
Who? I don't have faith in Joe Milton. I didn't say I didn't have faith in him. I just said I'm his accuracy's not the best. We'll see. It don't matter. If you could throw a ball 100 miles in the air, but if you can't throw it across the plate, it don't matter. I mean, so I don't care how hard he can throw it and how far he can throw it. Can he complete it if he throws it? I think that's a big question mark for Tennessee football, and it starts tomorrow.
Did the Clemson game not convince you?
Well, yeah, a little bit, but not enough. I mean, you can always have a one-hit wonder.
I think the thing that makes me go back is he's always could be improved, but his first couple starts, he was Overthrow Joe, I think was his nickname by the guy sitting a couple seats down from me. Overthrow Joe.
I don't think he likes to run the football. I don't think he likes to be hit. I think if there's, my theory, if I was coaching on the defensive side of the football against Tennessee, it would be to pound him hard early and just see if he can hold up. Maybe he can. Maybe he's changed. Everybody, there's a lot of hype. You've been saying there's a lot of hype about Clinton. Well, there's a lot of hype about Tennessee football right now. And which way's it lay?
Whoa. There's a lot of hype on Clinton from Clinton. No one else believes the hype.
Oh, there's a lot of hype on Clinton. It's big. After tonight's win, they're just counting the days down to Oak Ridge. They're just counting the days down to Oak Ridge comes to Clinton and has to come to Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon game.
When's the parade in Clinton? That's what I want to know. They just beat a Scott team, so when's the parade going to
be? Tomorrow morning at 9:45. It's going to start on Market Street, come down Market in Maine, and end right there at the courthouse. And they're going to give the key to the coach for to the city and everything tomorrow at about 9:45.
Why are you guys afraid of the swamp? Why are you afraid of those pissant fans, Florida Gator fans?
I ain't afraid of no Florida fans. I could care less about Florida. I just like to see Tennessee go down there and win. I mean, that's all. That's all I'd like to do. So, anyway.
I just heard about there's so much in the swamp with all these fans.
Hey.
When Florida lost, I was watching a podcast from a Florida fan down in Florida.
Let me ask you a question. Who's Oak Ridge got next week? Carnes. That's a win, so that ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a win.
But I was watching the Florida Gator podcast after their game because I love Florida Gator tears just as much as I love Clinton Dragon tears. So I was listening to their fans whine and moan, and they're talking about how much their defense has improved. All the fans that were calling in. So I'm like, yeah, our defense is much better than last year. We saw improvement, but the offense sucks. So I thought that was interesting how apparently on their side of the fence, the Florida fans think that their defense is much improved from last year. So I guess we'll see if it's improved in the Swamp when they face the Vols.
We'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
What's your final score tomorrow?
Man, 30 points at least.
Vegas. What's Vegas's line out there? You're there.
Yeah, I'll have to look at these Vegas numbers. I'll have to talk to my boy from Kingston or Rockwood, and he's at the casino waiting for me, so I'll have to talk to him about the...
Yeah, go ahead and talk to him. We'll talk to you next week.
He said he was at the Westgate.
See, he's at the Westgate, my foot.
That's the best one I've heard.
I'd say 37-10 tomorrow.
Westgate.
Not Westgate, Tennessee, okay? 37-10.
I about lost it on the air when he said he was at the Westgate.
Yeah, he's at Westgate like I am.
Yeah. I think the Vols I think they'll put up low 40s. I think they'll be like 42-20.
42-20?
42-17 time.
I don't know if Tennessee, I think the spread's 27 or 28, I think.
And it opened like at 20 though, didn't it?
I think so. So I'm just saying, if I was taking it tomorrow, I'd take the points and see if Tennessee can cover the point spread. I don't know if they can cover the point spread, so we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah. I think the big question is how, how's Milton going to throw the ball, and then how's that defense going to look?
Well, and we need to see some improvement out of the DBs starting tomorrow. I mean, that was Achilles' heel last year was Tennessee's DBs. I'll tell you something else to watch. Tennessee's wide receivers. Who's going to step up tomorrow? Who's going to step up? I know Tennessee's got the one guy back.
Brew,
is it McCoy?
Yeah.
I know they got him back. Who's going to step up? Who's going to be the other? Who's going to be the other couple receivers that step up tomorrow? How's Tennessee running backs going to do? I mean, that's still thin pickings back there. I don't think they're real deep back there.
No.
I think Bishop, I think, would have got some playing time this year, but he's injured. He's going to be out for weeks, they said.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But.
Be interesting. I hope Liberty does well.
Yeah.
Danny Chadwell's first year at Liberty.
First year at Liberty. Maybe you can get him to call in this year. We'll get to talk to him maybe on an off week or something, and he can tell us how life is there. Next week, the game of the week here on Channel 12 is Union County and Kingston. Check it out here. We'll be right back here next Friday night, irregardless of how Tennessee does tomorrow, win, lose, draw, or whether our boy makes it back from Las Vegas or not.
Dude's at the Westgate.
He's at the Westgate, man. So if anybody's out there watching from the Westgate, look him up. And you know what I'm gonna do? I need to get his picture, and I'm gonna put flyers out at the Clinton game. If you see this guy, call the police and get him to get him.
I think there's a better chance he's at a Clinton game than he is at Oak Ridge game.
I don't think he goes to Oak Ridge games.
I don't either.
We just need to talk to Coach Gaddis.
Yeah.
Find out the real deal.
He walked in that door one day.
Yeah, he ain't been back since, so we ain't got to worry
I
about
bet he's
that.
closer to that door than he is the Westgate in Vegas.
You think he is?
I bet by mileage. I bet by the crow flies. He's closer to that front door than he is Vegas.
He probably is. Any final words?
High school football tonight kind of went wild if you think about it. I mean, like I said, you've got. I mean, the Hardin Valley thing, they are 3-0, but the Carter loss was huge. That kind of blew my mind. The Carter losing to GP. I thought GP literally would probably be 13 or 12-1 playing Alcoa in a playoff game late in the season.
I think everybody thought that. You want to talk about hype? That's all. I mean, I don't know nothing about GP, but that's all. This is the year for GP to contend. This is well, Brad. We
talked about that earlier. We were thinking, and you can chime in here. You're pretty well versed here, but outside of Oak Ridge and Halls and Hardin Valley, who is better right now than they were last year? And it's hard to find a team. Now, we got on Hardin Valley. I did a little research there during the break. Halls, Bearden, Maryville, next 3 weeks.
Hardin Valley? So we'll know a little bit about Hardin Valley in the next 3 weeks. So if Hardin Valley comes out in the next 3 weeks 2-1, they'll be all right.
Halls, Bearden, Maryville. I don't know what else more you need to know about that.
I just had a Oak Ridge fan text me, and I'm gonna read it verbatim.
Okay.
That Vegas clown is afraid to come to an Oak Ridge game. That's all that was said. That's from an Oak Ridge fan. Quick caller, you're on the air.
What's up, Queen Bee?
Not a lot.
Johnny Cox.
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I think Cody's. I think he's getting worried about Clinton. I've seen him there last week, and all he's been talking about all summer is about Clinton. He's worried.
So he's the guy that's worried.
Yeah, he's worried.
He should be.
He's tired of your hype.
Yeah, he's sweating bullets.
Hey, did you go to the game tonight?
Oak Ridge got a good team. Oh yeah, they're better than last year. Clinton's better than last year. They lost two good teams. I know Cleveland lost tonight to Walker Valley. That surprised me. Then West team's for real. We sort of beat ourselves. I wasn't expecting to go in and win that game, but we didn't help ourselves at all against West, and that game should have been much closer. And took care of business tonight. Campbell County next week should put a whipping on them like tonight, and then go into Powell, and that's going to be a test. That's a winnable game. I think Oak Ridge is winnable, and Anderson County is winnable. So we'll see.
Hey, you say that Clinton's better, and you know more about Clinton than I do, but now I've heard that they have lost a lot off their line, O and D line, from last year to this year.
Yeah, they had some graduate, then they lost the Stott Williams kid, transferred back to Georgia.
I heard he was the key. He's the key piece.
Yeah, that's what we've heard.
That's really hurting them right now is losing him.
Yeah, that was a big loss.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Clinton can win any of the next 4 games. They need to win next Friday night. Okay.
Right.
They don't need to wait around to have to win and beat Carnes or Lenore City on down the road somewhere and have it all on the line. And I just think they need to win next Friday night. They need to take care of business next Friday night, not worry about Powell and Oak Ridge and Harrison County. Play them when they come around. They definitely needed to win tonight, which they did, and they were expected to win tonight. And they needed to win big tonight, and they did. So we'll play next Friday night and see how it comes out. It'll either be happy around here or it won't be, because I think the Campbell County games is a just think that Campbell County, if they can win at Campbell County, the Clinton and Oak Ridge game could possibly be for the region championship. The winner of that game will have a leg up on the region championship.
Is Powell not in the region?
No, Powell's not a region game.
Right. Yeah, you're exactly right. We have to beat Campbell County.
Got to beat Campbell County. Got to beat Oak Ridge. I mean, like I said, you beat Oak Ridge. You're in the front runner. Then you got to take care of business with North City and Carnes, and I don't know if there's another one in there or not. I'm not for sure who all's in there, but I think it's just a 4-team region, isn't it, John? Is it 4 or 5?
5.
5. So I mean, the next 4 games are big games, but Campbell County game is more important than beating Powell or Anderson County. You ever thought about You know, if you're not in the playoffs, you can't make a run in the playoffs. So you've got to get to the playoffs to be able to try to make a run. So.
No, it's
you're right.
Campbell County, Oak Ridge, Lenoir City, and Carnes is their 4 region games.
That's what I'm saying. So you beat.
So the Oak Ridge game, if they beat Campbell County, the Oak Ridge game is going to be a region championship.
It could be the region championship game. I mean, Clinton, you know, you want to try to get a home football game in the playoffs. You want to play at home as much as you can. You don't want to go on the road. It's better to be at home. So we'll see.
I tell you what,
we'll just have to see.
I'm just looking at this. Why would you play Powell on a Thursday night, Oak Ridge the next week on a Friday night, and then turn around a short week and play Anderson County? Why would you play that game on Thursday night?
I guess it's just the scheduling, the way it had to be.
No, it did have to be. They decided to play the rivalry Thursday that night.
Oh, they was playing TV game in to get the money, I guess.
I figured that hurt the gate.
Maybe.
Right, yeah, I didn't like that schedule when it came out, especially playing Oak Ridge and Anderson County back-to-back, two your big rivals. And, you know, if you lose to Oak Ridge, you're going to come in that AC game. You're going to confidence be down. And I would have rather those games be spread out a little bit. But
that AC game should have been the first one of the year right there.
If we beat Oak Ridge, if we're coming in that game sky high, and Clinton's capable. They're capable. Yeah.
We'll see as the next couple of weeks roll off. We'll see how capable they are. It's, you know, they got the wheels back on the tracks tonight, so we'll know a lot more next Friday night, John.
You're right.
I think if I'm predicting, John, and you might disagree or agree, I don't know. I think Clinton will be 2-5 starting October.
Ooh. Man.
They might be.
And then I think they beat Lenoir City, Carnes, and Heritage to go 5-5 and be a 2 seed in the playoff. If I was predicting my future of Clinton High School football,
I think Clinton wins out of the 3 runs there with Powell, Anderson County, and Oak Ridge. I think they wind up 1-3. And I don't know who the one is. If I was saying right now, I would say Powell.
Powell's really good up front on both sides of football.
I understand that, but Powell's got problems at quarterback, I think.
If they can line up and run it down their throat, they might not have to throw it.
Might not. You might be right. I'm just saying that's just what I think. They'll win one of those 3 games, and that's a tough stretch for any high school football team to have to play. I mean, that's a tough stretch. You're talking 2 of those 3 games are big county games. Okay. They're big. I mean, Anderson County game is big. You ain't beat Anderson. Clinton's not beat Anderson County in 15, 16, 17, 18 years. When's the last time Clinton beat Oak Ridge, John?
2009 for both schools.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's a long way. You got to win in games every now and then to make them even rivalry games. They're not even considered rivalry games, but they are big football games to play, and they matter to a lot of people. I don't know that they don't matter more to the older people than they do to the younger people, but anyway, that's beside the point.
That Clinton-Anderson County game is going to be a very big game because of the 2-year hiatus.
Yeah, it will be. John, what's Tennessee score tomorrow before you go?
42-14 Vols.
42-14 Vols. Hey, call us next Friday night, okay?
Okay, I was going to say Campbell County, they've won the last 3 games. It's been close, though, and it's been a really good series. Campbell County's won 8 of the last 10.
There you
All
go.
of them really, really good games, close games pretty much. And but we need to get a win up there, and then, like you said earlier, Coach Keys needs to get a signature win here. Oak Ridge or AC, and then once Clinton we get through that stretch, we ought to run it and then get in the playoffs. I think it'll be a dangerous team, especially if we can play at home.
I think you're getting the exact opposite this year than you got the last 2 years. Felt really good, beat some teams, had a good record, missed the playoffs. I think this year's the opposite. I think you'll be 2-5. I think you'll win out. You'll be the 2 seed in the region and play in a home playoff game. I think it's just the opposite of what it was. If he can keep the troops together.
It don't matter what the record. Yeah, if you keep troops, it don't matter really what your record is as long as you're in the playoff. Because you get in the playoff, everybody starts.
And
at
they
square
should be
one.
battle tested by the time they're
That's
that 2
right.
seed
They're
at home.
playing a pretty tough schedule, so they should be ready to go. All right, John, we appreciate you, buddy.
All righty.
All right, see you, buddy.
You know,
All right.
Jesse Smithy said at the Jamboree when he was watching Clinton, he said Clinton has the second hardest schedule of anybody that I've looked at this year, and the first one's Bearden.
Heard that.
So.
All right, folks, we'll be right back here next Friday night at 10 o'clock. Like I said, our game of the week is Union County at Kingston. Catch it on Channel 12 live at 7 p.m. Kickoff at 7:30. Check the guys out. They do a great job, and tune in and watch them. And if you're out here somewhere and you've heard a sponsor tonight somehow and you go in that business, tell me you appreciate them sponsoring high school football, especially here at BBB Channel 12. We'll see you back here next Friday night at 10 o'clock. Well, I say 10 o'clock. If Brad can get the games over at 10 o'clock, we'll be back.
Go Vols.
Yeah, go Vols. See you next Friday night.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands. Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-5